So John Oliver's Last Week Tonight just did a pitch-perfect takedown of all of those anti-trans sports arguments, and it is must-watch TV. Because of all of the researchers and journalists, including us here at Xtra, reporting out time and time again that the moral panic around trans people in sports is totally constructed, haven't convinced you or your loved ones who are wondering about fairness in sports, maybe Oliver's signature brand of fact-checking and humor will do the trick. Because in the episode, he systematically breaks down the ways that conservatives weaponize hypotheticals, bad research, and isolated cases to attack trans people, and particularly trans kids, who just want to play some sports. And so here are some of the things that he and his team of writers do right in breaking down the issue. First of all, on the surface, it's nice to see a British public figure not be horrendously transphobic for a change. The bar is low, and Oliver has cleared it. In fact, he even points out how J.K. Rowling got mad at him after he previously debunked myths around trans issues on his show. Oliver also approaches the issue of fairness in sports with empathy, starting off by pointing out that many people have good faith questions about this, even if they ask them a little clumsily. However, he rightfully acknowledges that in working through these arguments, many people default to making up imaginary hypotheticals and even making up people. Like when noted sports cheater Lance Armstrong constructed a scenario where Rafael Nadal transitions to beat Serena Williams at tennis, because that's ever going to happen. There are plenty of jokes and bits, of course, including repeated excellent drags of anti-trans activist Riley Gaines pitching a fit over her fifth-place tie with trans swimmer Leah Thomas, but most importantly, the whole episode is grounded in facts and empathy, arguably the two most powerful tools when fighting anti-trans narratives. Oliver does the important work of breaking down studies about why biological advantage is complicated and why conservative media keeps relying on bad science, but he also repeatedly highlights the voices of trans kids and the parents who are advocating for them, and shows these kids speaking for themselves. And of course, they still find humor in these clips, including an iconic supportive mother who fully admits that her trans daughter is very bad at softball. I'm so glad that Oliver's team tackled this issue, because as much as I want everybody to listen to me and all of the other trans people who have been yelling about this for years at this point, I recognize that a certain portion of the population are a lot more likely to hear these points out of the mouth of a funny cis man. And when that funny cis man comes armed with facts and empathy and 45 minutes of straight fire, it makes me hopeful that maybe, just maybe, the armor around the anti-trans moral panic is starting to crack. More of this, please.